Oh hey guys, Boston fan back, and this is a video response to my baseball card collectors video on hobby pet peeves. So if you want to hear my pet peeves, stick around. This might be a little bit of a longer video only because my last pet peeve is very important to me, and so I might go into a disgusting amount of detail on it. So it might bore you, but it also might be educational. So if you want to learn a little bit of mental health stuff, stick around because that's what it's going to be about. So I have 6 pet peeves that I've really been able to ascertain that bother me about the hobby or that just, irk me in some way. First one, get your shiz out of my biz. So that's number 6. When I'm at a card show, pretty much every time, I like going through the 5,000 count boxes, finding deals for a quarter or a dime or whatever you can find. And invariably, at least once per show, somebody will start going through the stack that I'm going through, but not just going through the cards that I've already searched through in that stack, but the cards I haven't searched through. And I just feel like there should be some etiquette. Like, I'm going through this stack. This is my claim stack that I'm clearly going through. Get out of my business. Like, go to the other stack. There's 5 other stacks in the box plus however many other boxes at the table. Like, it's not hard to just not come in and just start taking cards out of the stack that I've clearly allotted as the stack I'm searching through. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe we don't have etiquette, but I just feel like when I search, I don't search through a stack that somebody else is searching through. So I want other people to follow that procedure. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong on that, but that's just how I feel. If I'm going through a stack in a 5,000 count box, don't go to the same stack. Find another one. Number 5, tell me what you want, what you really want. This has been in every response video that I've watched from baseball collectors thing. By the way, he was at Aaron Judge's 60-second home run yesterday. How awesome is that? But he posted on it. I watched Snoop's video. I watched Eddie's video. I got a little Eddie collection right there, my PC. I might have the biggest Eddie collection on YouTube. Anyway, list your prices. Like, I walk by stands that don't have their prices listed, be it if they have 5,000 count boxes, then they don't list if it's a quarter or a dime, or showcases where I'm looking for 59 vintage cards. If you can't hear, my kids are upstairs having a dance party right now. I just danced to I'm Exceptional Zed on Zombies 3, but then I took a leave to film this video. But just list your prices. I think everybody's pet peeve. Like, just, I want a good deal, and I feel like if you're not listing your prices, you're trying to fleece me for as much money as you can possibly get. And I get that to a certain extent, but still, I want to feel like I'm getting a good deal, so I want to know where the negotiating starts. Because I just feel like when I ask, hey, well, how much is this price? It's always priced way higher than I'm even thinking. So it's just a waste of time. I walk by every single stand that doesn't list the prices. 4, ultra modern apparel garbage purple shimmer poop spots. I say this because I just don't get the ultra modern stuff. There's just too many variants, too much out there. Shimmer, cracked ice, sparkle ice, purple shimmer poop spots. Like, literally there's a name for like 6,050 parallels, and I don't have the brain power or the time to know what's what and what's rare and what's not rare. And there's just so many of it that I just think it's all garbage. I mean, I know some of you collect that, and I do respect that. I do like the idea of collecting like a rainbow of a certain player. That is kind of cool to me. But there's just so much out there that I can't wrap my head around it to know what's good, what's not, what's special, what's not special. And Eddie put in his video, like, it's all just going to go in the dollar box or the dime box. It's just too much to keep up with, and I can't do it. I don't have the energy or the time. And so to me, it's just anytime I see ultra modern stuff, I skip that. I don't look at it. I don't look through it. Even if I know, like, if it's 2019 and I want to find some of the rookies, I know that rookie class pretty well. I just can't. I can't do it. It's just everything's shiny. Everything sparkles now. Cool concept, but it's just overdone for me. I mean, I know, McGuire has 1 rookie card plus a handful of 87s. I know Clemens has 3 85 rookie cards plus the 84. Like, there's 4 of them to remember. That's not hard. But when Raffy Devers or Xander Bogaerts has 6,542 different parallels in one set, like, what the heck am I supposed to collect there? How am I supposed to start? Too much for me. I can't do it. All right. How dare you, dirty rascal. So this is more of a TTM. This one and the next one are more TTM. So this happens a lot on Facebook when what you would think of as a common player, I think Rob Ducey might have been the last one I've seen, decides to start charging. Charge $5, $10, whatever. And people come out, how can they be charging that? How dare they charge? Like, who do they think they are charging money for their autograph? Dudes, chill. They can charge whatever they want. They have no obligation to sign for you in the mail. And, really, a lot of the times it's just volume control. Like, they're getting too many requests with 5 or 6 or 7 cards. If they were in the junk wax era, they're going to get a ton of cards per request. And the way you slow that down, charge money for it. Not a lot of people are going to pay $5 for Rob Ducey. I get it. You should get it too. He was a common player, but if you really want him for a collection, he's worth the $5. And he can charge whatever he wants because autographs aren't just a given. Everyone's like, oh, well, we paid his salary. The fact is that TV and ad spots and TV revenue is what pays the huge salaries in baseball, not ticket revenue. That's a tiny percentage of the overall revenue in sports. So no, you really didn't pay for his salary. You paid for a tiny fraction of it. It all came from the TV deals and the radio deals and the ads and all that stuff. So players can charge what they want, chill out. It's just a hobby. And sometimes they do it just because, who wants to get 25 pieces of mail every day, all year in their mailbox? I don't. I like getting my returns in my mailbox, and that's about it. Everything else is just junk, and it just takes time throwing in the recycle bin. So people can charge what they want to charge, and they're not bad. They're not evil. Like, to badmouth the player is just like, I just poor judgment. Like, let them do what they want to do. It's their mail, their house. You're sending an unsolicited mail, a letter to them, like, private. Do your homework. It's not my job. So a lot of times this is, again, on Facebook mostly. Like on my YouTube videos, if you follow my channel, I post the addresses used. I don't mind sharing that information. But on a lot of the Facebook groups I'm in, people just say, does Don Mattingly sign? Who are some Yankees that sign? Does A-Rod sign? Does Derek Jeter sign? Like, that's not hard stuff to look up. Like, if you want to know specific stuff and a specific player, like, every now and then, like, I saw that Malcolm Mitchell, who was a wide receiver for the Patriots, signed. And I add to the post, like, I looked on SCN, didn't see a recent address, and just asked, is it from this old address? Like, I did a little bit of homework to see if I could find it. It's okay to ask for specific addresses every now and then. But to just ask general questions like, does this random player sign? Tell me people who sign. Like, there's so many resources out there, and you can join Sports Collectors Net for $15 a year. That's like $1.25 a month, and you have all the resources you could ever need for collecting TTM. Do just a little bit of homework. Do a little bit of legwork. Like, don't just assume other people can do it. All right, now for my big one, and I might get emotional. I might yell. I probably won't yell, but who knows? The last one. You are not OCD about your collection. If you like autographs on blue Sharpie, you are not, and you want it only in blue Sharpie, you are not OCD about it. You do not have obsessive compulsive disorder about wanting blue Sharpie. Probably. Maybe you are, probably not. I have OCD. OCD sucks. It is torture. Okay? Now, what you probably do have is you probably are, obsessed. You want blue Sharpie in your collection. And that's what you want. And you're obsessed by it. And anytime you have a black Sharpie autograph in your collection, or a card with a crease, maybe uncreased cards, you're obsessed about that. That's fine. And we all collect. That is an obsession. Collection is an obsession. Totally cool. You probably have an obsession about that. I get it. It's the C part. Compulsive. Unless you are, so I'm going to use the blue Sharpie example. Unless you are having to go back and check your collection a couple times every hour just to make sure there aren't any black Sharpie cards in there, or maybe they're not stored right. Like, maybe you're obsessed with, I want them all in alphabetical order, and if you're going back and checking a couple times every hour to make sure that they're in alphabetical order, to make sure that no black Sharpie snuck in there, or you accidentally put one in there. And unless you're thinking about it all day and you're compelled to go check, and if you don't check, it causes extreme anxiety to where you want to throw up, where you can't leave the house until you check it, where you think that if that's in there, something bad's going to happen. You don't have OCD. OCD is based on those compulsions, where you're obsessed with a certain aspect, something important to you. It can be collecting. I'm totally okay with admitting that it can be collecting, but that you're compelled to do certain actions because not doing those actions causes a complete and utter feeling of fear and anxiety. I have OCD. I was going to go to the National this year. I was going to meet Eddie, my PC man right there. I mean, we've been friends 6 or 7 years virtually online. I was going to get to meet him. It was going to be great. I decided to go into treatment for my OCD. So I missed the national because it is literally torture. I have one of my subtypes is checking. So, and I've gotten better at this, but I used to not be able to leave the house unless I checked that the stove was off and the fridge was off 5 or 6 times. And my brain would still tell me, yeah, but what if you were wrong and it was actually on? And I would have to turn around and come home and check. So it was impacting my life. And if I didn't check, this fear would flash that I couldn't get rid of, that the house was going to burn down, that my dog was going to die in the fire, that we'd lose everything. Right now, my OCD attacks my work. I have a meeting coming up and I cannot stop thinking about it and worrying about it. My kids are upstairs having fun and I'm trying to play along, but in my mind, I'm thinking, well, what if the people at the meeting ask this? What if they ask that? How am I going to respond to this? And I can't stop thinking about it. I'm compelled to do these and I have to try not to. Like the treatment for OCD is trying to say, yes, I'm stressed about this meeting. I'm not going to give in to my compulsions. I'm not going to keep replaying the meeting in my mind, which I'm kind of stuck in right now. And of course, D is it's a disorder. Like my brain's broken. And OCD is it doesn't run on logic. It's very illogical. And use this example of the meeting. If you could say, you know what, I'll hit you with my car driving 30 miles an hour and you don't have to go to that meeting, I would probably choose getting hit by the car because my brain is telling me there is more danger in that meeting than there is getting hit by a car. Not true, not logical at all, but the way my internal structure is working, the way my brain is misfiring, it's telling me I'm more likely to die at a meeting than I am to die getting hit by a car. Again, it's illogical. So when you're saying, oh, I'm OCD about a certain way my collection is or the way I store my collection, you're really not. And OCD is just a really terrible disorder. I suffer from it every day. And so I just want, my pet peeve is just to get the awareness out there that OCD is, it's kind of been portrayed in just, pop culture as just kind of like I need everything a little bit straight and I'm very particular. And that is a subtype of OCD, but it's not as easy as that. For someone who needs everything straight, if it's like that, that's causing them physical or mental anguish that it's not straight. That because it's not straight, something's going to go horribly wrong and disaster's going to happen. And so my pet peeve is that people use this term to kind of in a semi-joking way. And again, I don't want to be someone who's woke and like politically correct. Like if you're going to use it, you're going to use it, and I'm not going to yell at you for it. But I just want people to be aware, like OCD sucks, and you don't have it about your collection unless you are someone who has to check multiple times a day to make sure it's exactly like you want it, have trouble leaving the house, and when you do, you have a tremendous fear that something terrible is going to go wrong if you have it. Sorry for that rant, but that's a big thing that I see, people talking about at shows. I see it on YouTube, see it posted on Facebook. Oh, I'm so OCD about this. It's like, you're not, dude. Like, you're really not. If you're not feeling like crying because your collection, has one thing off and you're not thinking about it all day and you're not compelled to think about it and check it and stuff, like, you don't have OCD. You're just obsessed, and obsession's okay. That's what collection is. I'm obsessed with sports autographs. I'm obsessed with TTM. I'm obsessed with Boston history and autographs in that realm. But I'm not compulsive about it. I don't have any compulsions that bring me towards my collection. I don't have any anxiety that comes from it. So, OCD is an anxiety-based disorder. If you get anxiety about your collection, maybe you do have some OCD around your collection. But in the general sense of it, if you just want your collection a certain way and like it organized a certain way and stuff, you're just obsessed. And just recognize that when you use that term OCD, there's people out there that are really struggling with it. I struggle with it a lot. I'm in a lot of pain from it, and I'm not doing nearly as bad as some other people that I've met. So that's my biggest pet peeve. Sorry to go on a rant. Just to educate folks out there. That's all. So anyway, baseball collector Mike, thanks for giving me the air to kind of espouse that. If you have any questions about OCD in general and want me to make another video or email me and ask questions, like, I'm an open book. I love educating people about anxiety and mental health disorders because that's a lot of my life, and I do YouTube to try to break away from that. This is an opposite action for me. I'm having a terrible bout of OCD today. I feel awful. I'm making this video as to say, yeah, screw you OCD, screw you anxiety. I can still live my life. I can still try to do things that I care about. So That's what I'm doing right now. We're going to ring in at 15 minutes of the video. So if you hung on, thank you so much. I appreciate it if you'd subscribe to my channel or like it. But, you know, this is just a video response. So thanks. I'll talk to you later. Bye.